88. Today, we've got a bit of a blast from the past from you guys. If you don't know, on our old channel, over 3 years and 200 vlogs, Channel 9 came after us and we basically set fire to all of those vlogs that we filmed. However, recently, after looking through a bunch of SD cards, I found an old classic video of the very last drive of my GT3RS, which I took my dear mother on for a little bit of an adventure on one of my favorite roads. So please enjoy. 3RS, one of the best cars I've ever driven. It completely changed my views of what a car can do. Hey, welcome back to Driver and the Kid. Okay, so this is the very last drive of my GT3RS. So what I thought I would do is do two things. One, I've never had my mum in the car, so I'm gonna go and take my mum for a bit of a drive. She's a little bit squeamish, so you'll have to bear with me if she's a little bit uncomfortable, but I also wanted to take the car on one of my all-time favorite roads, which is down on the Mornington Peninsula, which is where I grew up. So to the left of me is a nice view that I'll show you in a second. This is just a really nice area to take a car for a drive, take a deep breath from all the madness which is going on in our Corona basically affected world, and go for a nice drive, because basically when you've got a car like this, or really any car to be honest, one of the best things I think you can do to get away from fear or all the bullshit in the news and everything else is go for a nice drive. I'm gonna go and pick up my mum, just saying goodbye to some nice people that I just met. And that's the other great thing about cars, is meeting people. Oh, it's so hard selling this car. It just doesn't get old. Anyway, I'm gonna go and pick up my mum. I'm gonna go for a drive. Hope it doesn't rain. Didn't look like it was going to rain before, now it does.
I hope it doesn't, because then I'll be more scared.
There's no need to be scared. You're safe. Alrighty, so we're going to Safety Beach, Mum.
Yep.
So we're going to be safe.
Let's hope. But you have to be careful.
I'm always careful.
You're selling your car, aren't you?
Yeah, it is. This is the very last drive. And I'm sharing it with you, so, you know.
Oh, that's special.
Exactly right. That's my favourite, one of my favourite roads, at least local favourite roads to take it to. So, welcome everyone to Driver and the Kid, and my lovely mother, who's sitting next to me, and is going to join us on my last drive of the GT3RS.
Oh, it's 40 here.
Yep, classic. It is 40 actually. That's right. Are there cameras here very often?
No, but the police might be here.
Nah, police will be inside. They don't want to get the virus. Anyway, so the car's come to its last journey, and this is one of my favourite roads to take it down. Basically, it runs along the beach for about, say, 20 kilometers or so. It's a good sort of 20-minute drive. You take it up one end and then take it down the other, and it's a good sort of little breather. It's got a good number of sort of turns and sweepers and stuff like that, and really, really nice views. And when you know a road, it's one of those roads that you can always just go down and then test the sort of ability of your car a little bit, see how the tires are, see how the car reacts, and then the road is not perfectly smooth, so also to test the suspension a little bit. But anyway, that's all technical stuff. I'm here with my mum, my lovely mother, who turned 65 this week. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's quite rude, isn't it?
55?
55 this week, and yeah.
Actually 65.
65. I haven't taken you in too many cars, so I've had two McLarens prior to this, and I'll tell you a little story. I've only taken Mum in the two McLarens once each, but I didn't really push the car or barely do anything, but Mum was still terrified and grabbing the handle and freaking out. One time I did a 0 to 60, that's not 60 miles per hour, but 60 kilometers per hour. Mum was like, ah! So this car, if you probably notice, it feels a bit different. You can certainly see a lot better. it's a bit louder than the
It
McLarens.
is loud.
Yeah, it's basically all the carpets are stripped out, and you hear the engine a lot louder behind you, but you're not necessarily going much faster than the McLarens. What I thought I'd tell you is about a quick story as we sort of get our way towards some better roads. When I first bought the 570S back in 4 years ago or so, 2016, it was a bit of a shock for Mum.
To say the least.
So basically I had a Volkswagen Golf R before that, and I took a little bit of a step up to a McLaren 570S. The funny thing was though, for a long time, myself and my brother, who, as much as, you know, I guess out of our love for Mum, we love to tease her a lot. And sometimes make up stories. So for a couple of months when I bought the McLaren, we sort of had teased to Mum, oh, Nick's getting this car, Nick's getting this car. And Mum thought it was a joke for a good couple of months till the day that I turned up to the house with the car.
I wasn't very happy, to say the least.
No, Mum was not happy.
I just never believed that that was going to happen. I really thought it was you teasing me, and just couldn't believe anyone would spend that money on a car.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wasn't very happy.
But you didn't completely disown me. You sort of like,
No, I didn't disown you, but I was pretty upset. But
which is something I don't get Mum upset too often. I don't think in my lifetime.
he's been such a good boy his whole life.
Yeah,
At least the bits I know of.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, it was a bit of a shock, and I mean, ultimately, I wouldn't recommend getting a supercar at that age either, for whatever reason. Either way, it's been an amazing experience owning them, and the biggest thing I think is the people and experiences I've had since, and I think Mum can attest to that, in terms of like mentors I've picked up in that time, friends I've made, experiences I've had and stuff.
Yeah, it took me a little while to come to terms with it, and I do recall that day very clearly.
So do I.
You were upset that I was upset.
Yeah.
And then I got upset because I'd upset you, and it was a bit of a... Anyway,
Cycle. Anyway,
calmed down, and it all turned out.
It did. It turned out okay. It was all good intentions in the end.
And I do see that it's brought you a lot of joy and a lot of other interest and a lot of new friends and experiences. So
Yeah.
I must, I can see that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially sort of meeting a number of McLaren owners at the start has been really, really nice. So we're sitting behind, getting closer to the beach now, we're just kind of sitting behind a bunch of other people going very slowly. There's also a lot of bike riders on this road. So yeah, once we get closer, I might start recording again when we get a few better roads. So we were just talking about what my first car was that I had for I think 6 years. It was a Holden Astra, which for those people playing at home overseas will know it as an Opel Astra. And yeah, I had that thing for like almost 100,000 kilometers. And yeah, I think it was a good car. It's funny because I'm sort of making up for all my trouble later on, whereas my brother had like VL turbos, he had an old RX-7, got into a few accidents, maybe lost his license a couple of times, maybe, that I hear. Nearly killed himself. I was good. See, I learnt the lessons, and then I bought a Holden Astra. Rather than buying a VL turbo death trap or an RX-7.
I was so surprised that you were so into cars, because I never realised that you had such a developing passion for them.
Yeah, it has sort of, for me, developed a little bit later. I think that just the more I'm around them and the more sort of I learn from other people about how to drive and sort of the engineering of things, I got into them. I was never really tinkering as a teenager. I was more of a sort of a nerd. But yeah, it's just something that developed a little bit later. So this engine, Mum, it's what's called naturally aspirated, which means that it's very, very loud because it revs really high. Whereas the other engines that I was driving in, they were turbo, so they don't sort of rev as loud.
I feel like you need to change.
see it's pretty loud, but just because it's so loud doesn't mean I'm sort of being reckless or going too fast.
Oh, just frightening the life out of me.
So, yeah. So we're getting on our nicer road, but unfortunately we're being held up by some people, so I can't.
Thank God.
So I can't put together too many corners. A little anxious, are you, Mum?
Oh, don't, please don't do that.
Okay. Jesus.
Oh my God, Nicholas, please.
Sorry, Mum.
I want you to leave and I want me to leave too.
I'm really glad that there aren't speed cameras in this tunnel. Is that enjoyable? You're all good?
I'm zen.
Is that nice? Sorry, I didn't mess up your hair a bit. So we made it one way. Maybe on the way back we'll have less traffic.
We're on the water side. We could go.
We could go swimming.
We could.
Could be amphibious Porsche. Good thing about this road is it has a lot of nice little sort of dips.
Scary bits.
Scary bits. The thing is, this car you can just hold going on.
God. Jeez, Nicholas, please.
It's okay. Can you believe I've never lost my license, Mum? Not once. Not once. I think just the engine noise is what's kind of frightening you. Okay, we're almost at the end, it's alright.
Stop it, please. That's not funny. I don't find that funny.
Okay.
I find that frightening.
Okay.
Don't.
Alright. We're at the end of our trip. We survived, we made our way up, we made our way back. I'm getting in trouble now. I'm going to be called by my full name very soon.
Nicholas!
Nicholas!
Nicholas! Nicholas!
Alright, we're done. We didn't even really get to, let loose a little bit.
Yeah, but it frightens me thinking about you being on your own doing that. Because it'll be even faster. That's what I'm thinking about.
Potentially. Possibly. But it's never happened before. Alright, they're nice, calm views, calm waters.
Beautiful views.
Beautiful views. Alright. I'll sign off with Mum. Thank you very much for joining me. I feel bad already. I didn't think that, I was planning on pushing the car a lot more than that. But, yeah, anyway. So now you've experienced your first Porsche, Mum.
Well, I'm awake. I'm definitely
You're awake, you're alive. Yep, you can go for a run now.
Oh, I think I might have to.
The worst thing about driving this car for the last time before you sell it is listening to that engine. It's so addictive. I put 10,000 Ks on this thing. I've had it for 2 years and I'm still shocked at the front end grip of these Cup 2s in 265s up front, and I'm still completely addicted to revving it out to almost 9,000 RPM. Just incredible cars. Incredible cars. And I do not know what I'm going to get next. I really don't. It's going to have to be something different though. I think I want something that, given I've experienced a bit of Porsche and a bit of McLaren, it may have to be something Italian. But we'll see. So please like and subscribe if you're stuck at home, just chilling out and watching some videos. Or, on top of that, if you're a car enthusiast, now's never better time